Hi, my name is Rajat. I work with retail division of Spinny, looking after their product and strategy function. See, we all have witnessed how interesting the generative AI technology has become in last 2 years. And one of the big project that we wanted to take in this space was to digitize all the interaction that we are having with customers, so as to produce information for the business. And in this regard, we started to work with Rezo last year on one of their projects, which was around speech analytics. That has really evolved from the time that we have started, and now we are moving forward to other projects. So effectively, our problem was threefold. As you would know that Spinny has a very large scale operation. So in every month, we roughly connect over call with more than 1.5 lakh customers, and we perhaps have face-to-face interaction with more than 40,000 customers, right? So and this happens with let's say remote teams, with teams which are out of tier 2 cities, maybe a tier 1 cities which is very, very far from our corporate center. So the first problem was, how do you consistently deliver experience which is let's say acceptable across all our touch point for a very, very wide large scale operation. The second bigger problem for us was that in pre-owned cars market, unlike new car market, where effectively for a sales rep, what you have to do is to help the customer identify their car, right? And this for a new car would mean that for product knowledge, you would need to have information about 4 to 5 models. The same problem for used car becomes much more, I would say, it compounds a lot, just because these models would have multiple generations, multiple variants that would have come over the years. So how does someone have information of, let's say, a Swift which would have come in 2015 versus at the same time knowing about a Baleno that would have come in 2019? And that effectively means we don't get a lot of people from industry which we could hire and start from day one, which means that training for us becomes very, very important, right? How do you get fresh people? You train them in a way where you could measure their performance, their growth, and make them ready for those customer interaction. The third, I think, problem for us was that to drive for growth, to maybe grow as a business, you need to continuously keep solving for customer problems, which means you need to have very clear voice of customer in terms of their preference of car, in terms of problems that they're facing, in terms of market sentiment, or maybe changing preference of like buying behavior, right? So these were perhaps 3 big problems that we're trying to solve through this interaction that we're having with customers over call or in person, right? So I think with Rezo, especially with their speech analytics tool, we were able to build framework for a lot of these problems, which effectively mean that we're able to produce information on these frameworks that we could digitize and make use of. So now we have benchmark of our agent performance from their first month of training versus their 6 month of on-ground performance. We also have a dashboard where we could immediately see if an experience has gone terribly wrong for some reason with, let's say, any customer across our ecosystem. At the same time, I could gather market sentiments as well. What is changing in terms of customer preference? What are the problems or let's say key shift in buying behavior that most of the people are talking about? So accessibility to this information in a handy way, in a digitized way, is something that is very useful for business owners. Like each business owner could look up to this information, go deeper into it, and try to take steps to course correct it. I think the overall experience was pretty good. We wanted someone who could not just partner us in solving this, but also come on the other side of the table and try to see things how we are looking at it. So that has been very, very, we were fortunate like for this partnership where the Rezo team was very cooperative in terms of whenever we wanted them to maybe take our hat and see problems in a way that we are trying to look at it. Because see, when you're trying to solve such complex things, I think the problem, how you state it, or the solution, how you imagine it, how you think of it at day one, kind of evolves a lot over a period of time, especially when you go about solving it. For that, you would need the partner to see the problem from your side, and cannot be just how you have communicated, how you have put, or how you have defined at day one. And that has been very smooth with Rezo. Of course, their expertise in their tech domain helps it, because at the end, it's a technology solution that you're looking at. So overall, yes, I think so far the experience has been fruitful, and we are still working on other projects with you guys. So I look forward to it. Yeah, I think if I look back, in the initial first 2-3 months, it did took us some time to get in the same speed, and I think this would happen perhaps a lot, because for every organization, depending on the stage that they are in, and the amount of, let's say, bandwidth or the importance of IT that they want to give to a particular project, the speed would vary, and that initial synchronization of that speed in terms of how the org is trying to solve it, or at what pace that they want to move, at what pace perhaps the team who's trying to solve it, they are able to move. That synchronization is very, very important, I believe, which I did feel that we went a phase where we're able to kind of just working in terms of how fast, slow, or in what proportion we want to move. So that's perhaps one piece of advice if I were to give.